What does the heart of a Chicago Bears fan truly feel when it's ragged, raw, and stitched together with frayed hope? Can you hear it? The echoes of Hollis Hall haunting our dreams, the linemen with grit forged in the depths of winter, and the weight of the blue and orange crashing like the waves of Lake Michigan against the shore on a bleak December day. Each season, we step onto that patch of grass, our soldier field, a hallowed ground that cradles our pride and our torment, a place where legends were born and shattered, where we weathered fourth-quarter collapses and felt the earth shake when the ghosts of '85 whispered promises of resurrection. When we watch this season unfold, it's as if the football gods are playing with us, dangling hope like it's a cheap trinket, only to snatch it away and leave us with the bitter taste of another heartbreaking loss, the kind that comes against the Packers or the Lions or, God forbid, the Vikings, those bitter rivals that thrive on our misery. And you can almost hear them mocking us with every touchdown as we hold our collective breaths, praying for divine intervention or a glimpse of our own glory days. We've got a legacy, a history, and yet here we are, staring blankly at the screen in disbelief, our hearts tight and our palms sweating, feeling the familiar sting of disappointment. Do you remember Hester? That feeling of electricity coursing through you as he raced down the sideline, defying gravity, and for just a moment, all was right in the world. What happened to that magic? Where is the fire, the tenacity, the relentless pursuit of greatness that defined this franchise? Instead, we sit here engulfed in a cyclone of locker room tensions that echo louder than the cheers from the fans, filled with names like Fields, and we wonder, is he the answer or just another in a long line of what could have been? The pressure builds with each passing week. Are we destined for mediocrity or a cataclysmic collapse that will sink our hopes yet again? I can feel it throbbing in my chest. The burden of the past weighs heavy, but there's a spark, a flicker of hope buried beneath the layers of despair. Can you believe in resurrection? In the depths of our struggles, we endure a grass-stained theology, a commitment to loyalty in the face of unrelenting chaos. While the city of Chicago roars around us, demanding more than just flashes of brilliance, we crave consistency. We crave our shot at redemption. And it's infuriating because we know it's there, lurking just beyond the horizon if only we could cast aside the shadows. We've been patient, but patience is wearing thin. Our shoulders are sore from carrying the weight of our expectations, from holding on to dreams that seem just out of reach. And that's when you ask yourself, when will the tide turn? How many more heartbreaking chapters do we write in this saga? I feel the familiar pinch of anxiety rise as the clock ticks down in a game, a season hung in the balance. Will we make that last stand with the resolve of Ehrlicher charging down the line, or will we fumble it all again? What if this season marks the turning point? Or what if it drives us further into despair? With each snap, we're bound to the legacy of those who came before us, the grit of our ancestors, the toughness of our city, and it's like holding the heart of Chicago itself in our hands, trembling and fierce. It's visceral, it's painful, it's electrifying, teetering on the brink of collapse, yet somehow intertwining with the hope that flickers like those streetlights on a game night, lighting the path for our players. But now it's time. It's time for the Bears to be bold. It's time to rise up from this cycle of chaos and claim what is ours, a birthright drenched in history and dripping with potential. Every tackle, every rush, every moment of glory and heartache folds into lore. We're writing this story together, yet it's as if we've been penned into a book of sorrows. Can we turn the page and write our own destiny, reclaiming the narrative this city's been longing for? This isn't just about football. This is about a city that bleeds blue and orange, passionately standing tall, yearning for a legacy to be proud of. So let's hold tight to that tireless pursuit of redemption, roar louder than the history that haunts us, and lighter than the sparks under the Friday night lights, until we find ourselves back in the promised land of the Lombardi Trophy. Will we dare to dream? Will we believe again? Because damn it, we must! It's our burden, our pride, our love. because we are the Chicago Bears, and this journey is far from over. Bears fans, it's time to dig deep and rise like Fort Dearborn from the ashes, because this season is becoming the echo of progress or the loudest scream of disappointment yet, and we're all standing on the edge of a precipice, heart pounding like the roaring crowd on a playoff Sunday. We've seen the highs, the legendary moments painted on the walls of history, like Hester's return that set the Super Bowl stage ablaze. But we've also tasted the unforgiving ashes of near glory those double doinks that ricocheted through our very souls, haunting us like shadows in the night. And let's be honest, are we forever doomed to relive the pain of 1985 legends watching this current roster flounder? Could this season be the gateway to redemption or another whirlpool of disappointment, pulling us into its depths? You see, the whispers coming from Hollis Hall are louder than ever, and the questions that linger in the air are thick with tension. What if Justin Fields is not just a talented quarterback, but the very catalyst for a revival we haven't dared to dream about? Now imagine if he harnesses that electricity we've glimpsed in flashes, elevating this team from the dread of fourth-quarter collapses that have tormented generations. You know that feeling, doubt creeping in like the lake wind off Soldier Field in December, making you wonder if the past is destined to repeat itself. The locker room is alive with speculation. Players looking at one another with wide eyes, uncertain, but brimming with hope. Can this be the moment history looks back on as the turning point? Or will it all crumble under the weight of expectation? With the upper management trying to pivot the narrative, how long until the boardroom talks turn to desperate moves that will either save our season or send us crashing into chaos? Picture this. What if the Packers, those smug foes, get wind of our struggles and feast on the doubt like the scavengers they are? Or the Lions, historically the underdogs, seize an opportunity and prove they finally arrived while we sit frozen in fear of another wasted season? I think back to Singletary and Ehrlicher, two titans of determination who carved their legacies with grit and unwavering resolve. Could they look at this bunch with a mix of pride and disbelief? This is a defining moment. Folks, are we staring at a resurgence that begins with a resounding roar, or simply another downward spiral into the abyss we've come to know too well? Will the historical weight of 85 serve as our guiding star or our oppressive shackle? It's like we're standing at the precipice of painful truth just below the surface, waiting to burst into chaos. Will Fields have the composure to spearhead the charge, or will he succumb to ghosts of seasons past, the tight grip of pressure strangling the life from his potential? This, my friends, is more than just a game. The stakes are monumental. Can we trust what we see, or will it all unravel like the threads of a fraying tapestry, leaving us with nothing but the stench of disappointment and the echoes of what could have been? This season is our chance to do something special, to redeem ourselves or watch it all fall apart. And as we clutch our glasses and pour our hopes into the ether, the haunting question lingers. When the dust settles, are we going to rise, or we'll be left wishing for the glory days while trudging through the valley of despair once again?